The UK housing market is broken and it's never going to be back to the way it was. If you're waiting for it to get better before you start, you're going to miss the best deals of your life. That's just how it is. Let me explain what I mean. So, for decades, there was a pattern. House prices went up, then they dipped a little, they dipped a little here and there, and then they went back up again. It felt safe, felt predictable. You could almost, not quite, but you could almost set your watch by it. But that's all over now. The market we're in right now is nothing like the one your parents or grandparents knew. Back then, you could buy a house for 3 or 4 times your salary. Now, in many parts of the UK, it's 8, 9, or even 10 times your salary. Interest rates aren't near zero anymore either. Plus, inflation is quietly eating away at your savings faster than you can earn. And the rules? They can change overnight. The government keeps piling on the new regulations and putting pressure on landlords and homeowners, and it doesn't look like it's going to stop. They say it's all about protecting the tenants and make the whole system fairer. But if you ask any landlord, what the reality is actually making it harder to provide good quality rental homes. Plus, it's now harder for those tenants to secure a place too. So, here's the funny thing. Right now, rents are at record highs, but landlords are selling up. Why? Because for many, the numbers just don't work like they used to. Some areas have even seen prices fall. And we haven't seen that for a long time. Rightmove reported the other week that of the biggest price drop in over 20 years, since their records began. Which means it's bigger than 2008 crash, it's bigger than the pandemic, since their records began. That's huge. Now, here's where most people get it wrong. They think that I'll just wait it out, wait till it bottoms out, and then I'll jump in. But you only actually know where the bottom is, or where the bottom was, once it's happened, and when prices are already starting to climb back up. That's how you know where the bottom is. Otherwise, how do you know where the bottom is? And by that time, when the media is telling you that it's the bottom, right there, because prices are already going up, all the best deals are already gone. It's like standing at a station, waiting for the perfect train, and you keep letting all the trains go because you think there's a better one coming, and then that train turns up that you actually want, and it's already halfway off the station, and you missed your chance to get on it. Here's the reality. Times like this create more millionaires than any other. Not when the market's booming, not when everyone's buying. Right now, when there's uncertainty, and when most people are unsure or frozen because of fear. Because uncertainty creates opportunity. When people panic, they sell. And when you sell, prices drop. The right person, this is going on right now. So the right person with the right knowledge is able to pick those properties up at a discount. But there's another layer to everything I'm talking about here. And beginners need to hear this, because nobody taught me, nobody told me. So I want to share it. The UK still has a huge housing shortage. We're not building anywhere near enough homes. Demand for good quality rental accommodation is only going one way, and that's up, baby. And that's why rents continue to rise. It's simple supply and demand. So even with higher interest rates than what we've seen in previous years, the maths are really starting to stack up better now than they have done in years. And here's the kicker. If you get into property right now, where interest rates are where they are, when interest rates drop back again, and they are predicted to drop back again, you'll make even more money. So let's say you lock in a deal today, the rents keep climbing, your mortgage costs start to fall because interest rates fall back, and your cash flow just increases overnight, and you haven't had to do anything. Now, I'm not saying you should throw yourself completely off at the deep end and go in without knowing what you're doing, because that's the quickest way to lose a lot of money. You need to know how to force value into a property so you don't have to rely on the market. You need to understand things like the Renters' Rights Bill, for example, and how to navigate that so you don't get caught out and get yourself in trouble. And you need to understand how you can adapt in a changing market, because that's the reality that we're in right now. So the other thing actually that I want to share is most people, and there's a big myth about this, most people think that you need 50 plus grand in the bank to be able to get started and get into property. You don't. There are ways to use other people's money, or OPM. You know, you can do joint ventures, creative finance strategies, no money down techniques, all to get your first deal done. So you don't need to have loads of money in the bank. And if you're sitting there thinking, yeah, I've been interested in doing something, but I've never invested in property before, I just want to get this point through to you. Everyone starts there. Everyone. Because you're not born knowing how to do this stuff. Yeah, so every master was once a disaster. Every winner was once a beginner. They're sayings for a reason. Everyone starts not knowing what they're doing. The difference between people who make it and the people who don't is that the first group, they learn the rules of the game before they start playing, and then they take action. So I'll summarize it like this. The more you learn, the more you earn. And I've seen it over and over and over again inside property school. People who were working in full-time jobs, they had no idea where to start. And within a year, they got their first rental property, sometimes more than one, because they stopped waiting for perfection. They stopped waiting for the perfect moment, the perfect time, and they started learning what makes a deal work. And that's what we teach inside property school. We give you step-by-step training on all the different property investing strategies. Everything's in there. There's masterclasses and a community of people doing those things right now. It's not theory. It's not guesswork. It's how to get from zero, start from scratch, to your first property, and then from there, how you scale. And if you've been watching the market thinking, something's got to change for me soon, you need to pay attention and then take action, because this is it. The market's already changed. The question is, are you going to move with it, or are you going to get left behind? So I'm going to invite you now just to come and check us out at Property School. So I'm going to invite you to go to property.school/go. Just type that into any browser, and let me share this link live with you right now. property.school/go. There you go. Should be on the screen now. Just come check us out. It costs less than 50p a day, It's cancel any time, so there's no ongoing contract, and everything's in there that you need to be able to get started in property. Like I say, it's cancel any time. So let's make sure this broken market works in your favor, because if you don't, and you don't learn how to optimize and how to take advantage of these situations, it's going to be working against you, and I don't want that for you. I really don't. And here's one last thing before I leave. I want to get you to think, if you look back in 5 years from now and the market's recovered and prices have shot up, there's been another boom, interest rates have reduced, and rents have carried on going up too, will you be kicking yourself for not starting today? Because the deals that you could have picked up now, they're going to be long gone. It's always better to get in with today's money than future money. And they'll be gone to the people who right now are understanding what's going on, and they're taking action and they're starting to secure these deals. And there's plenty on the market. Trust me, I'm securing quite a few myself. So the best time for you right now to start learning is now. The best time to get in position and get ready is now. Because when that tide's going to turn, and it will, you'll either be riding the wave or you're going to be watching from the sidelines. So I'm going to ask you again, just going to encourage you a little bit to take a little bit of action. Come join us. Go check us out at property.school/go. Go there now, check us out. I'll be there, and I'll see you inside.